Hi, it's Maureen Muldoon, and we're here with Lesson 101 with A Course in Miracles, the workbook lessons. And the lesson today is God wills for me is perfect happiness. God's will for me is perfect happiness. Today we will continue with the theme of happiness. This is the key idea in understanding what salvation means. You still believe it asks for suffering as penance for your sins. This is not so. Yet you must think it while you believe that sin is real and that God's Son can sin. If sin is real, then punishment is just and cannot be escaped. Salvation thus cannot be purchased but through suffering. If sin is real, then happiness must be an illusion, for they cannot both be true. The sinful warrant only death and pain, and it is this they ask for. For they know it waits for them, and it will seek them out and find them somewhere, sometime, some form that evens out the account that they owe to God. They would escape him in their fear, and yet he will pursue, and they cannot escape. If sin is real, salvation must be pain. Pain is the cost of sin, and suffering can never be escaped if sin is real. Salvation must be feared, for it will kill, but slowly taking everything away before it grants the welcome boom of death to victims who are little more than bones before salvation is appeased. That sounds horrible. Its wrath is boundless, merciless, but wholly just. Who would seek out such savage punishment? Who would not flee salvation and attempt in every way he can to drown the voice which offers it to him? Why would he try to listen and accept its offering? If sin is real, its offering is death, and meted out in cruel forms to match the vicious wishes in which sin is born. If sin is real, salvation has become your bitter enemy, the curse of God upon you who have crucified his Son. You need the practice period today. The exercise teaches sin is not real. And all that you believe must come from sin will never happen, for it has no cause. Accept atonement with an open mind, which cherishes no lingering belief that you have made a devil of God's Son. There is no sin. There is no sin. We practice with this thought as often as we can today because it is the basis of today's idea. God's will for you is perfect happiness because there is no sin and suffering is causeless. Joy is just, and pain is but the sign that you have misunderstood yourself. Fear not the will of God, but turn to it in confidence that it will set you free from all the consequences sin has wrought in feverish imaginations, and say, God's will for me is perfect happiness. There is no sin, it has no consequences. So should you start your practice periods and then attempt again to find the joy these thoughts will introduce into your mind. Give these 5 minutes gladly to remove the heavy load you laid upon yourself with the insane belief that sin is real. Today, escape from madness. You are set on freedom's road, and now today's idea brings wings to speed you on and hope to go still faster to the waiting goal of peace. There is no sin. Remember this today and tell yourself often, God's will for me is perfect happiness. This is the truth because there is no sin. That's a big lesson. And it's really hard for us to surrender the concept of sin and claim our innocence and claim the innocence of our brothers because we really are addicted to crucifixion and gossip and, judgment and all of the lovely other habits that we've picked up to save ourselves from our own peace, which sounds insane, but that is the truth. So today we get to claim our innocence and claim our brother's innocence and hold true to that fact, no matter what the experience looks like, what the illusions looks like. Just know innocence for yourself and for your brothers and sisters. And in that innocence, you will be invincible and you will find joy and peace and all of the other wonderful gifts that God has in store for you. But it does take the surrendering of our own crucifixions toward each other. And as I said before, I understand that it's hard to forgive sometimes, but it comes with such bountiful benefits that why wouldn't you, you know? So give it a shot. Try it on for today. God's will for me is perfect happiness. This is the truth because there is no sin. You know, I want to add one other thing. When I first started studying science of mind, and somebody said to me, you know, in order to move into true peace, you have to give up blame, shame, and guilt. I thought, how the heck do you give those things up? I mean, that's basically my daily diet. So I understand that sometimes it's hard to, you know, navigate this idea of enlightenment and getting lighter and giving up this heavy weight of crucifixion. I understand that we might think, and the ego might tell us that, how the heck are you supposed to give up blame and shame and guilt and persecution and crucifixion? How are you supposed to give that up? But we don't, you know, merrily, 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 gently down the stream we go, and you will be successful with a little willingness. A little willingness will go a long way. So thanks for staying the course today. I hope this recording was helpful to you, and if you want to, you can press subscribe or like, and if you want more tips and tools on miracles, you can go over to maureenmuldoon.com and sign up for my newsletter. But either way, stay the course. God bless.